Hello friends, welcome to my channel and the series on knowledge and information. In today's video, we are going to talk about challenges and solutions in brand management and digital marketing. Friends, a British advertising tycoon, David Ogley, once he has said that if your advertising campaign doesn't have any big idea in it, then it is like a ship passing in the night. Nobody knows on the coast that ship has passed the coast at night. Similarly, your ad may go into the media and nobody will notice it, so resulting ultimately into the whole advertising campaign becoming in vain. So friends, we want to know the certain intricacies of the brand management. Who can be the brand? How can we develop the brand? And then what are the challenges faced in it and what are the solutions? So we will try to know it from our expert guest, Mr. Zenil Dumasya. Mr. Zenil Dumasya is very young and dynamic advertising professional who is currently working with a multinational pharmaceutical, Pfizer, as a country brand manager, and he is also expert in the field of omnichannel marketing. Earlier to that, he has worked with Geo Telecommunications since its inception period, and he has variety of experience in different sectors of the industry like construction, and now he is currently working in pharmaceuticals. So friends, let us start with the talk. Welcome Zenil to this show.
Thank you so much, Manoj ji. Thank you so much. It's a privilege to be here to share the platform with you. And I'm really excited of what's in store, what kind of questions you have. So please let's quickly get started.
Yes. So very first question to start with, if someone want to, maybe a self-entrepreneur or a new startup, maybe an individual service provider or maybe MNC, but everybody needs branding and marketing. The process may be different, but can you specify if somebody wants to develop as a brand, so what is the process, and can individual also develop themselves as brand?
Yes, definitely. I think there are two parts to this question. The first part is that if an individual is looking at building himself or herself as a brand, how does one go about it? And the next part is if an individual wants to do brand building for a new product, new launch, or a new company or a new startup. So I'll start with the brand building for a startup or for a product. You know, it is, while of course it's necessary to sort out your 4 P's: product, price, place, promotion, but that is not enough. It is really important, it is imperative to have a brand vision, have a purpose for the brand in place, because this is what will help you drive a narrative, build a strong narrative, strong story about your brand. And once you build this story, it then becomes about communicating this story to your audience. You need to spread awareness through your owned, earned or paid media. You want to do PR, you want to have your own brand blogs, all of this just so that you can build customers. Why would someone believe in your brand? Right? You need to actually communicate this vision, this purpose, your overall proposition to the customers, so that you start building a community of loyalists. Today, say we buy phones, an Apple user might buy a new iPhone every year, they launch it, or they might not even buy, but they are loyalists. They are a part of a community, and that is what matters. That is how brand building starts, where you have a community of people, where you are really reaching out to them with your core message and they are interested to interact with you. There is a two-way conversation always happening. So that is the first part, right? Always have this kind of a setup where you are communicating with your customers, you are having constant feedback, constant insights and solving that need. The second part of the question being, how would an individual develop into a brand? Here the important thing is that you need to have a core skill as an individual. Someone say is a great writer, someone say is a great musician, or a great actor, or say a journalist, or that skill needs to be first there. Otherwise, that person is not a key opinion leader. That might be just an influencer who is there today might not be there tomorrow.
Okay.
Right? So first thing is to have that skill. If say someone is really a good musician. So the next part is about personality branding. If someone wants to really build himself or herself as a brand and project as a brand, the most important thing is here to have a particular core skill. Right? It can be a technical skill, soft skill. Someone might be good at writing. Someone might be a great musician or a great actor. Right? So someone has to be really good at their skill. Otherwise, it becomes like if someone is an influencer, might be there today, might not be there tomorrow. Right? So hence, first thing is to have that core skill, and now that is what your brand is about. You decide your tonality, you decide certain important factors that you want to communicate with your audience. Once you have your core skills defined, you now reach out through various platforms to your audience, you build your followership, you have indeed become a key opinion leader, and you are really influencing people, and they find value in interacting and engaging with you. That is where you are now becoming a personal brand, and it is an ongoing process. You might not have all the followers, everything on day one. You start slowly, and over a period of time you project yourself as that industry expert, maybe in music, maybe in professional setup, maybe in art, maybe in dance, maybe in education as an educationist. So that is how the journey starts. And I think there are 3 simple C's that I always talk about. One is definitely creativity.
Correct.
If you bring that unique approach, and it's a very subjective word, I must say. So if it's really different, then I think it has a chance to stand out. Second is consistency. You need to consistently, frequently connect with your audience. So hence, consistency of content, integration of that content across various channels and various mediums available is important to communicate the ethos of your brand that you are building. And third is say collaboration. Today we are collaborating for this platform. Similarly, there are so many opinion leaders and industry experts who collaborate, who build a community of like-minded people. So whenever you are building a community, these platforms also promote you, because more and more people are engaging, and their platform utilization is going up. Right? So these 3 C's are really important to project yourself or an individual as a brand, I would say.
Then the next question comes, once the brand is developed, now how to manage? Which are the important parameters in brand management?
Okay, so the process of brand management begins even before the launch of the brand.
Correct.
Right? Because you have this pre-launch phase and then the launch phase. It's just few months that it's launching. So the engagement that you do in the pre-launch and launch phase help you set up that brand narrative. Right? It sets a strong foundation. In civil we call it, right? We have a strong foundation, and now you have to build an entire building on this foundation. So once this foundation is there, how do you really put it out? How do you really communicate over the product life cycle? At growth phase, at maturity, at decline, at various phases, there will be lots of situations that one will be facing, right? So that is what really a brand manager would do, right? So I would answer this question in a way that what does actually a brand manager do today? A brand manager does 4 things. The first one is say strategy, second is say execution, third is measurement, and fourth is collaboration. When I talk about strategy, it is about understanding the customer insights and driving that stewardship amongst your customers. You need to maybe target the right customer, segment them correctly. All of that comes a part of planning.
And both positive and negative sides of the customer.
Absolutely.
So that you can project the positive and
correct, and mitigate and try to solve the negatives and figure out the real pain points.
Yes.
So that becomes a part of your planning and strategy.
Correct.
Once you have that, you look at real brand management. It also involves managing the financial health of the brand. A brand manager is also custodian of the P&L of the brand, because if it's not a profitable brand, it will not sustain for long. Right, so that is one another thing. For this, the brand manager might collaborate with a lot of other functions, maybe with finance, maybe with market access teams, maybe with commercial, regulatory, sales teams, what's happening on ground. So hence that collaboration is important. Next, it comes to execution. When all of this is sorted, I know as a brand manager that okay, my strategy is here, this is my plan, these are my insights, I would like to focus on certain things. Once this is sorted, it's about execution. What is the experience that I'm going to deliver to my customer? Which channels will I use to do it? What content pieces will go out? As micro level execution as possible, I need to plan that in advance. Once I plan that, I'm pretty sure that okay, now this is how I'm executing it, and I will also test and optimize. There is something called A/B testing in digital marketing, right? Because we have multiple creatives going out, multiple videos going, and we test which video is working better than another.
Okay.
That is called as specimen A and specimen B.
From
and
the
we
digital
test.
analytics.
Correct. So we see what is working for which kind of audience, and then we optimize the campaign. We'll invest more on the one that is working better.
Okay, means in between also you will review and
Absolutely. So it's an ongoing.
once it is launched.
No,
that
it's
is
an
not-
ongoing process.
Okay.
On a regular basis, you need to spend time on your campaigns.
Okay.
Keep checking what is working, what is not, and then optimize it.
Okay.
So that is a part of execution as a brand manager. All of these things that you are doing, and of course there might be other channels also, not just digital, where a brand manager is involved. Maybe I am running a radio campaign across 16 cities with so much, so many speakers talking, and I need to see what's the frequency of slots available. Is it working? What's the kind of reach? What's the kind of response? What's the rating that we are getting overall? If it's a TV ad that we are running, what's the TRP of that show, and based on that, where do I place my brand the best, right? So once we have this execution in place, it's about measurement. Now for measurement, there are so many digital tools, platforms available. I use something called the Omnichannel dashboard. It's a Tableau-based dashboard which tells me what campaigns are running on which channels.
Okay.
Be it digital or physical.
Okay.
Even if my sales representatives are meeting certain customers, it's recorded that so many meetings have happened, so many messages have been driven, all of that. So that one dashboard provides me an input of what is going where, and what's working, what's not. So there are some technology tools also available like this that will help us measure it real time.
Okay.
And I can optimize and interject whenever I feel like okay, this is not as per our brand agenda.
Okay.
So that this brand is managed at every stage in a best possible manner. And of course we need to collaborate with various other functions in the organization. Maybe I need to collaborate with supply chain if the product is available, not available in that region, or if there is a scarcity or more demand and all of that. So hence, as a brand manager or as a brand custodian, this is the entire process of brand management. It is a multi-dimensional process, multi-pronged approach to ensure that your brand grows positively, and your share of voice grows, your market share grows. All of these things would really impact the brand growth.
The next question is about the apprehension some people have in their mind that this whole affair is very costly affair, and it may eat up my all profit margin, or even I may be at losses due to advertising campaign. When my advertising cost exceeds my production cost, then what? So what is the solution to it, and how we should plan our advertising campaign for it?
Correct. I think to some level this apprehension is correct, because, and this is justified by the shifting trend that we have seen in the last few years. Brands are moving from really high budget, ATL campaigns to BTL campaigns also, and to digital campaigns also. The reason being simple, that today there is more traceability, measurability of digital campaigns when it comes to ROI. You can measure it better. For every rupee that you are spending, what's the return you are getting, right? Then there is targeting also possible on digital campaigns. When you have a hoarding on a highway, maybe lakhs of people would watch it, you will get awareness, but you can't measure that or quantify that. But through digital you can measure that. You will have impressions, reach, views, all of those counts available. right? So hence there is a shift in trend, and people are spending on advertising, but spending really wisely, right? So the apprehension is correct, and what I would like to say is that advertising is going to stay. Maybe the medium of communication will transform and has been transforming with the period of time. And brand managers and brands today are spending, but spending wisely. They want to target customers, and they don't want to, do mass campaigns unless their objective is something else, right? So they do continue TV ads, outdoor ads, radio, but they mix a huge percentage of digital with it, because that is also, cost effective, ROI friendly. They can do hyper targeting. If say it's a fragmented market, you want to target only customers from a specific belief, and and who come with a specific requirement. All of that is possible with digital as compared to say heavy ATL advertisement campaigns. So ATL may be used as a tentpole campaign, but the overall activities and the hub and the ongoing long-term effect is what digital will give you. Right? So advertising is here to say. On the second part of the question, which is about how should one plan, how should one go about media. So media, as we discussed, has three parts. It has an owned media, earned media, and paid media.
So we can use different types of media.
So the combination, the ratio and percentages differ. Some brands promote their own website, right? And some brands use third party or have pages on other platforms like Meta and Google Display Network and all the social media platforms. So it's completely dependent upon what you are trying to drive through which channel, and where are your customers present. If your customers are present maybe on certain platforms, then you might have to do it there. No point in calling the customers. Maybe you reach out to them where they are present. So that is where you choose your media, right?
I think, friends, we have got a lot of insights from Mr. Zenil, and in a very short span of time, he has tried to decipher many of the intricacies and niche areas of brand management and advertising. So I thank you very much, Zenil, for being here and elaborating to our viewers. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I think it's my pleasure to be here, and really looking forward to have more such interactions. Thank you so much.
So viewers, please subscribe to this channel if you have not already subscribed, and share this video, like this video, and please be with us. We will meet in the next video where you will have certain good information and knowledge on the various subjects. Till then, bye bye.